And up next on Hannity's America, public schools across America are under siege by radical Islam and infiltrating public schools all across the nation. Now the battle is reaching a boiling point out in California, where parents are taking a stand and they're fighting back. It's small-town USA versus Islamic indoctrination.
But I want to emphasize that we're not teaching Islam. We're teaching about Islam. And I think it's very important that our young people know about other cultures, especially those in which we find sometimes ourselves in conflict with.
At the heart of this controversy is the book entitled History Alive: The Medieval World and Beyond. One nation under God. Just last week, concerned parents protested to the school board and have started a campaign to remove the textbook from the school district. History Alive has been approved by the California State Board of Education, but the American Textbook Council, which reviews history books for elementary and high school, says that organized Islamists have gained control of the textbook's content and influenced those that determine the social studies curriculum. Daniel Pipes of the Middle East Forum agrees.
There's in particular an organization called the Council on Islamic Education, which, to put it simply, is part of the Wahhabi lobby and has been very assiduous about making sure that everything touching on Muslims in American textbooks meets with their approval. And they've done an effective job.
Abdurrahman Al-Amoudi, who represents the American Muslim Council, worked with President Bill Clinton and the ACLU to write the religious expressions in public schools guidelines that ushered in books such as History Alive. Today, Al-Amoudi sits in jail accused by the Treasury Department as one of al-Qaeda's top fundraisers in the U.S. He also donated money to Senator Hillary Clinton's 2000 Senate campaign. This multi-front Islamic agenda has now gained a foothold in our children's schools and is aggressively targeting our kids. As a result, the study of Islam is now an active part of many schools' curriculums. Meanwhile, Christianity is being removed by the very same educators. Learning to become Muslim, fasting for Ramadan, learning the 5 pillars of Islam is replacing nativity scenes, displays of the cross, and the 10 Commandments.
The problem is the privileging of Islam and the propagation of Islam. What we see over and over again is that the standard kind of treatment that Christianity in particular, and also Judaism get, does not apply to Islam.
But the president of the Lodi Mosque, whose former imam was charged with supporting the Taliban, argues teaching Islam to American school children is equally as important as learning about European history.
Sure, it's more important to learn all the American, and it will remove the wave against Islam.
When asked why teaching Christianity is outlawed in most Muslim countries, the president was less forthcoming. It's fairly evident Islamic indoctrination and Christian denigration is now universal. Learning about Islam is an important aspect of world history and can be taught in our schools, but at what cost? Should history be distorted and marginalized in order to please organizations that prefer to gloss over the true meaning of jihad, Sharia law, terrorism, or omit the subject altogether? If so, why not teach that radical Islam in some cases outlaws Christianity, restricts women's rights, and calls for the destruction of America?